It finally happened almost a year later. We finally got the keys to the house. Can't quite move in yet, but I'll talk about that here in just a moment. So, backstory really quick for those who haven't followed along. We originally purchased the property February of 2025. It is now February 2026. And I just got the keys yesterday. I started to move a few things in yesterday, but I can't live in it yet because we haven't gotten all our inspections, our final occupancy, the septic, all that stuff, which is going to happen next week. We also have to get a water reducer installed at the meter because the water pressure that's coming in is double of what it should be into the home. So it's really high. So we got to get that reduced down so it doesn't bust any pipes, doesn't ruin the water heater and all of that stuff. So hopefully all of that will be done here in this next week. Now, I haven't really updated in a while, so I will talk about a couple different things. It has been a nightmare the last several months between storms, record rainfalls, floods, everything else. Anybody that follows any of the news for the Pacific Northwest, and you know that we got a lot of record rains, a lot of flooding, a lot of just chaos everywhere. And while I didn't get hit as bad as a lot of people, it still did affect me quite a bit, especially in the delays. Now, what I decided to do is I'm going to do a tour of the home in a separate video, so that will probably be in the next day or two after this one's uploaded, just because there's a lot of people that are interested in the tour of the home itself. People that didn't really follow all of this, but people that are interested in the home. They're looking to buy one, they're looking to get one, and there's not really a lot of videos out there for this model. So I figured I would do a walkthrough with it, a tour, and I would do a separate video for that. That way, anybody that wants to know about the house itself, you can find that video and you can watch it. And any of you guys that are interested in it, you could also see it. In the original video, I talked about getting this tree out of here because I wanted to flatten this whole area for parking and turnaround and stuff. I haven't been able to do that yet. I was quoted like $2,500 to cut it down and clear it, and that's a lot of money. So I'm looking for somebody that will be able to do it hopefully a little bit cheaper and try to get that out of here probably within the next month, because I would like to get started on this. Gravel's not cheap either. I've already spent a lot of money on gravel, replacing driveway, fixing things, and a few $100s a load. It adds up really quick. We also just got this redone a couple days ago with fines. It's still kind of flattening and breaking in, but we did that all the way down to the road, so at least this part looks a lot better. My plan is to do gravel from the home all the way out, but I want to get that tree out of here before I do that because I'd like to do it all in one go and not have to tear it up again. Now, to show you one of the main nightmares of this property with all the floods and everything, it's pretty much this mud. I mean, it's bad. We got a lot of work to do to get this prepared. I'm going to get it graveled and everything as soon as I can. I also had to rebuild this driveway a couple different times. You can see that it's still pretty messed up. I've graveled it a couple times, but it just gets destroyed in the rain. And more mud and everything from this side. They also tore into the hill, used a lot of that dirt there for the backfill. That's where I was cutting down a lot of trees, so I'm not worried about that. Because I was already planning to use a lot of that to fill in down there, because I want to level this all the way across eventually. Maybe I'll have a shop or something over here later on. We could not get in and out at one point because it was so bad. It was like soup. You can see where it's kind of collapsing there. That was one of the trenches. So I got to get that kind of filled in a little bit again. But pretty much all the way around. As you can see, the porches and decks are a little bit smaller than originally planned, but the budget didn't really allow for the bigger ones that I wanted. We still got a fiber line sitting over here that needs to be run too. Eventually there will be fiber. A lot more of that mud. We had to do a trench all the way down to the road right there for the power. And then that came across right here to hook up to the house. But this trench, to go all the way down to the road, took them over 6 hours to do with all the clay. If you can see the transformer down there, that was not cheap. I had to pay a lot of money to get that put in here. And this trench was roughly 300 feet or so it was not cheap either. All right, so we're gonna go out back this way. So this is the larger, small deck. It's not very large, but it is larger than the other ones. I would love to get something else eventually, but for now, this is what we have. So over here's our septic system. I did a really quick short when that was going in, but this was a nightmare because it was being put in while the storm was hitting. And a couple days later, those record floods hit, and one of the tanks completely floated. which delayed everything for like another month, waiting for everything to dry. And we had to dig the tanks back out, clean it out, dig the hole back out, empty the tanks, and reseed everything, refill all of that. And yeah, it's just nightmare after nightmare. And it trenched all the way up there. The drain field is like 60 feet wide by 40 feet deep. So it's a pretty large drain field. And as you can see with the hill, you can imagine a lot of the water comes down this way, and it was becoming a mess. So I got to work on a little bit more on drainage. So I will work on getting some drains in here. We'll get some rock in here. I got a lot of plans, a lot of stuff I got to do. It's just money. Now this video is not going to be super long. I just wanted to do a quick update. I know a lot of people have been wondering what's going on, especially since it's been taking practically forever, several months now. And I have people asking my mother, who has been following through her, friends and family and stuff. So I just wanted to get this done to kind of let you guys know where we're at now. But I'm eager to go and start getting stuff moved in. I want to get in here as soon as I can, get my storage emptied as soon as I can. That's a couple $100 a month I don't want to pay on anymore. And I'm just ready to get out of the trailer and into the home after living in it for such a long time. It's actually been really hard to film with our constant storms, getting out here with my camera, not really having a whole lot of updates in between to really give you. And for anybody that's coming across the channel for the first time, I definitely appreciate any kind of follows. We're going to be doing a lot of gardens, orchards, animals. We're going to be having chickens, all that stuff. We're just getting through this winter, getting the house done. Hopefully things will start drying out here soonish, and I could get to work on a lot of that stuff, because we do have a lot to clear out here. We still got a lot to do. It's going to take a while to get there. Everybody shows their homesteads when they're already pretty much done, or they already got land that's mostly developed. And we have a hillside here that had absolutely nothing done on it. So it is going to take me a bit of time to get to where I would like to be. Hopefully now that the home is done though, I will be able to do regular content and keep you up to date a little bit more. I did start getting some planters and some raised garden beds. I got some more that just came in, and we're going to be getting a lot more of that stuff. Hopefully some more greenhouses and everything as well. And I'll be glad to share all of that along the way. But until then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.